aggressor or the victim if they're being pummeled with pipes? Which one is it? See, we've answered the questions already. Rudy Giuliani answered the question. Take your money. Go away. Okay? I'm just trying to help. We've answered this question also on the beating. We just have to be consistent. You see, this is what Martin Luther King knew. That's why we are going to restore the history, the true history of the heroes of the civil rights, because it's being distorted and used right now. Martin Luther King knew the same thing that Thomas Jefferson knew. Look, people are going to make mistakes, but I trust them. I trust them. When they get all of the facts, they'll correct those mistakes. Martin Luther King knew if the American people were presented with pictures side by side, they'd pick the right one. Let me show two pictures side by side. Show me Nancy Pelosi and Martin Luther King. You don't have the Nancy Pelosi, Martin Luther King thing? Okay, I'll show it to you in a minute. The pictures of Martin Luther King, and okay, thank you, there it is. Here's Nancy Pelosi. Here's Martin Luther King. This man is afraid. This woman is putting on a show. When you see them side by side, is it possible to zoom in? Can you bring the camera in? Zoom in on these people here. You see fear in their eyes. You see fear in their eyes. They were standing up for something and they were afraid. Now, move the camera over here. These people aren't afraid. When you put pictures side by side, you can see the truth, and you know in your gut. We've already decided who the good guys and bad guys were. We've seen it before. Show me the next one. How is it the good guys are the ones with the club? Can you put the other guys on from the... There it is. Which of this is from the 1960s. Which one's the good guys and the bad guys? This one is a little tough. Were they looting? Because it looks like there was a broken window. What was happening here? This isn't somebody just surrounding a guy and just beating him. But I would tend to think Americans would say, oh yeah, because you know the circumstances, it was the cop. Right? Why do you think the videos of this Flotilla raid are not being shown on mainstream media? Because they know you know. They know you're not stupid and it doesn't fit their agenda. It doesn't fit the desired storyline. I got so much mail last night, and thank you. A lot of it for saying thank you for finally saying this about Israel. And a lot of it is, oh, you just Jew-loving fill in the blank. It's amazing. I want you to know, I don't love any race or creed over another. I love the truth. The truth will set us free. I read this great quote the other day. Where did I put it? I read this great quote. Excuse me. The truth will set you free, but first it will make you miserable. It's from James A. Garfield. Love that. First it'll make you miserable. Makes you miserable. It does. The truth. Here is the truth. I'm not defending Israel because I'm in love with Israel or I hate the Palestinians or anything like that. I love the truth. I have to tell you something. I'm sick and tired of being the world's policeman. I think you are too. I don't want to send tanks over there. I don't want boots on the ground. They've been warring forever over there. I read the Bible. They're going to be doing it all the way to the end. I'm sick and tired of being the world's policeman. But this isn't about a suicide pact where we defend Israel no matter what they do. Let's not make this about them or about our frustrations with the endless fighting. Let's make this about the truth. Let's make this about right and wrong. Do we stand for anything anymore? As a people, as an individual. Last night I told you Israel is a lot like us. I think they are. Think how amazing this is. Little postage stamp of a country is able to remain the one beacon of freedom in a region filled with dictators and thugs and theocracies. Let me ask you this. When was the last time two truly free societies went to war with each other? I asked my staff today. We couldn't find one. Maybe you can. Cass Sunstein. Yeah, we don't agree on anything. He's graciously pointed out, there's never been a famine under nations that have capitalism and freedom. So why wouldn't the smart thing to do stand up for the one who has freedom and capitalism? Stand up for the country that is more like us. Look, I'm not playing the world's game. Okay? I don't want to go to war. I don't want to go to war for Israel. I ain't going to fight anybody's battle. I'm tired of it. But I'm also not going to play the game that everybody deserves a trophy. America is just like everybody else. There's no such thing as American exceptionalism. There's no difference between Iran and Israel. There is. Who the heck are our friends now in the Middle East? Is it Saudi Arabia? I love Saudi Arabia. They're fantastic. Saudi Arabia, they're our friends. Remember, they only sent us 19 of the hijackers on 9/11. They were from Saudi Arabia. There's no freedom of religion over there. You better not bring your Bible or any other book except a Quran. The practice of non-Muslim religions prohibited. It's even against the law to be something other than heterosexual there. But don't worry. Liberals, don't worry. Those are your friends. They only punish homosexuality with lashings, prison, and in some cases, execution. Of course they're our friends. They're just like us, aren't they? A few years ago, a Saudi girl was sentenced to 6 months in prison and 90 lashes after being gang raped. Why was she gang raped? She was alone with a non-relative man. I mean, it's her fault. She deserved it. Okay, so Saudi Arabia must be our friend. How about Egypt? The police there don't deal with domestic violence. Women are not treated as individuals. No. They're wives, they're mothers, they're daughters, but they're not individuals. You think we're bad with torture in Guantanamo? You ain't seen nothing. Using torture is practically routine for the Egyptian police officers. They're our friends, like them. How about Syria? This is only the country where marital rape is not a crime. No. She's your wife. You'll have sex with her whether she wants it or not. And if you get a break in the courts, if you murder somebody, as long as it was an honor killing. The Ministry of the Interior estimated that 38 honor crimes took place between June 2008 and June 2009. Other estimates are much, much higher. But, I mean, who wouldn't want to live in a country and count them as our friends where the word honor is used to describe murder? How about Iran? If you oppose opposition to the government there, you risk arrest. The practice of arbitrary arrest, detaining without charge, torture, common. No big deal. Gee, which is the one country in the region that doesn't do any of these things? Which is the one country that actually lets people drive? Women, yes! Women can work and drive. Guess which one? Israel. They care about domestic violence. They don't give slack to honor killings. You can be a Muslim, you can be an Arab, you can be a Jew, it doesn't matter. What is wrong with us? What the hell is wrong with us? And why are we silent? They're standing up in the streets. I'm going to show you some stuff that's happening in the streets here of New York and all over the world. And who's doing it? I'll show you. And the media is just doing their little game. And America. We're being trapped into a box. We're being trapped into a box. You know, we don't have a lot of friends. We don't have a lot of people that believe in capitalism and freedom anymore. What are we doing? When did we have the conversation that we were going to side with Egypt and Saudi Arabia and Iraq and Iran and Syria? When did we have that conversation? Sell our friends down the river. Better have that conversation soon, because believe me, in the media and the halls of power, they are deciding those things now. History is being written. Are you going to participate in history? Or are you just going to have your children read about it and then say, Daddy or Mom or Grandma or Grandpa, where were you? Back in a minute. I told you that this summer we're going to concentrate on restoring history. The history of our nation, the founding, the early 20th century, the Depression era.